the new bit that's spreading around the Dabbleverse, and I want it on record that Patrick Melton, I am Mike Shealy from Lakeland, Florida. I am of the opinion that Patrick Melton is an active danger to children. He's dangerous to kids. Just throwing that out there. So I like this because we need to spread this around, because I'm not the only one that's starting to notice. Pat, you were having a lot of fun dunking on steel toe. We all were. We all will continue to. But the problem is that you, just like Aaron, and just like Aaron and Brennan and all these new Dabbleverse people, right? Like, none of you are really prepared for what it's like to be on the farms. The farms is a weird land, buddy. The sector is a weird place to be. Once you're in it, you can't get out of it. Now, people like myself and Nick Ricada, Ethan Ralph, all those kind of people, we were born in it, molded in it. We're used to this shit. We've been on everyone's already done everything, throwing everything at us, right? Everything they've thrown at us for years and have tired out, literally. People have thrown the kitchen sink at me so many times that the kitchen sink has burned their muscles. Their arms are full of lactic acid and they can't lift their arms anymore to pick any more sinks up to throw. And nothing's happened. And they get tired of throwing those sinks at the same target. And they move around to try. They're always swimming around looking for, like sharks, looking for something that's kind of injured, something that's kind of like a lion, like an old lion looking. I'm not going to get the fastest gazelle. They're looking for one that's limping. They're looking for one that's got droplets of blood leaving a trail behind them. Ricada, he ain't going to break. People like Ralph ain't gonna break. Dick Masterson ain't gonna break. You gotta look for the people. That's why Vito was getting fucked with so much. Even though that most of that was a work, and I kind of said I thought it was a work. Some people just break easy. Patrick Tomlinson, your namesake, great example. That guy breaks. He breaks daily. They will always swim around looking for a new thing. Pat, you haven't even gotten a taste of this yet. And all of the horrors that you visited upon Aaron Imholt, turnabout is fair play. Anyone who swims around with the Kiwi farmers and rolls around in the mud with them and has fun when it's the person they don't like in the barrel, what happens is you get trapped. You get stuck in there. At some point, the gate swings shut and becomes locked, and now you're trapped in there with the pigs, and then they're just going to eat you alive. You're next, Patrick. And with all of these little fucking clips of you and these fucking... Oh, boy. I can tell you right now, I know Mersh, and I know the Kiwi farmers. They're not going to like you. Aaron's a piece of shit. Hell, I'm a piece of shit. Kiwi farmers don't like me. They don't like Ricada. They don't like Dick. They don't like Ralph. They don't like anyone. They don't like anyone. It's kind of their thing. But they're really not going to like you. I am making a prediction that because of Patrick's hubris and because of his tripling down on this, talking about kids and kids and kids and kids and kids, I think you're going to have a lot of attention on you in the coming year. My prediction is that eventually the Ricada stuff is going to get settled. I don't know what the settlement will be. I don't know how favorable. I don't know. I'm not involved in that. I pray for Nick and I wish the best for him and his whole family. I love Nick. Aaron's situation, despite our overwhelming joy. By the way, a little update on Aaron. Aaron is his lawyer's been working with the DA, and it appears as if they're trying to maybe work something out. They have a hearing for some kind of conference. It's some kind of something conference, a settlement conference. December 11th. So we got 2 months of this hanging over Aaron's head. And we're all going to milk it like the lolcow titty it is. We're all going to have fun with it. But it's going to dry up eventually. Here's my predictions for the end of 2024. Nick Rekieta will probably go into 2025 with his case still pending. Aaron Imholt, I believe before the end of 2025, will see a settlement to his fucking case. I genuinely don't think he's going to... I don't think his pleading to this is going to be a violation of the HRO. I know everybody wants to see him do the 90 days. I don't see it happening. This alleged violation of the law happened before they made that settlement. So it's not like if Aaron had sent the alleged revenge porn after he made the agreement to not break the law again, it would be automatic 90 days. They could try to make a thing of this, but they're probably not going to. I'm just trying to manage everyone's expectations. Aaron's going to plead to a misdemeanor, in my opinion, before the end of the year. He'll eat the misdemeanor dissemination charge so he can keep... I'm assuming Aaron owns at least a firearm. If he doesn't, he is an even bigger, narrow-shouldered than I thought. I'm using the app. Sorry, I should probably... Guys, go to Rumble. I'm getting drunk. I don't want to get in trouble. I believe he will plead to a misdemeanor. I believe the misdemeanor will probably come with a pretty stiffer... Like, they're still going to cite the HRO thing and look at that when they're sentencing him, and they'll probably work out a deal where he's going to get a pretty wild amount of probation. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Aaron get 2 years of probation. And I think Nick's shit carries over into 2025. And I sense a lull during that time. Things are going to get quiet. They're going to get boring. And people are going to thirst for blood. The blood god is going to seek blood. And the corn harvest will have to be fulfilled. And Patrick, my prediction is that the farmers, the Dabblerverse themselves... I think the Dabblerverse themselves are going to hand you to the internet voluntarily as the next sacrifice for their laughter. I've seen these patterns before. You're their hero one day, and the next day, you're the next guy they want to put on the fucking pyre. And I think that you're the one that's going to get burned at the stake going into 2020. I think the end of this year, fucking November... Thanksgiving, Christmas time, it's going to be a Patrick Melton season. Look, this is just a guess. It's just a theory. I don't have any evidence to suggest that, but the things you're saying and the way things are being caught up about you, it's going to get bad for you. Social Observer, $100. But on Rumble. You're welcome, Google. You're welcome, Chris Pavlovsky's fucking bar tab at Aria. Thank you for that, Social Observer. Thank you for... I love that Social Observer insists on donating tons of money on the shitty side. And then on the good side, he'll be like, oh yeah, it is $20. It's the weirdest. It's so weird to me. Sick of giving Rumble and YouTube money. It's what we're doing. We're paying Android, we're paying Google, so we're paying YouTube. Rumble has to pay YouTube every time you... I hate it. And by the way, if you're donating via Rumble because you think Rumble gets some of that money and it's going to keep Rumble alive, Rumble's not going to be alive in a few years. Rumble is going to get gobbled up. Mark my words. If Trump wins, he might be nice to Rumble. Probably won't. Trump's not historically known to have been very loyal, nor does he know who Chris Pavlovsky is. Chris Pavlovsky has been the nerd, like, during the Elon Musk is Iron Man. He's the propped up government guy. Like, Chris Pavlovsky's learning that if you're not in the club, you're one of the money marks, right? So Elon Musk is WWE. He's Triple H. He's born into the Endeavor thing. Like, even though sleight of hand, the deep state makes you think Elon's a rebel, he's not a rebel. He's a chess piece in the globalist thing. He's working. He put Neuralink in a human. He's not your friend. He's the Antichrist. And Chris is trying to be like, hey, man, I'm here too, dude. Free speech, brother. But, like, you're not part of the grift. Like, Chris is very much, it's becoming obvious that Rumble and Chris, these are not, we are part of the free speech thing. Rumble ain't part of that club. It's a goof. Even when Tucker Carlson, like Dan Bongino brought up, like, Rumble specifically as a brand when he was talking to Tucker, and Tucker was like, Aaron, good luck on that venture. I'm really looking for, people are freezing out Rumble. It's a joke. This is going to be, this thing's going to explode. It's going to implode like a fucking gas giant. Virgie, the reason why Rumble doesn't show its Google app analytics with creators is because if he did, no one would use the site because it's all 37 plus. Yeah, it's boomer money. It's bullshit. And the sad thing is if they did do analytics, they would have shows like ours and they'd go, well, it's not as big as Bongino, but they're getting the demo. You're a money mark, Chris. You're getting taken advantage of. I tried to give you your medicine a couple of times over the years, and it's well documented. And when this whole thing fucking implodes, when this thing just implodes in just superior fashion, I'm gonna send you an email. I'm gonna send you a DM. I'm gonna have people reach out to you. I'm gonna have people spend the rest of their lives reminding you that I told you from the giddy up. Bing bong, bing, bing bong. And you didn't like me because I don't sound as smart. I'm not as polite as you. I'm not as Canadian as you. I'm not a tech nerd. You think you know better. I'm just some fucking street card. I get it. And the only street you really like are the ones that are actually black and sexy and marketable. I get it. But let me tell you something, man. People like me could have cleaned this place up. People like Dick Masterson could have cleaned this place up. You didn't want to listen. You were fucking full of hubris. And you had people, you were paying for fucking dinners for people like Dana White, and they were kissing your fucking ass because a fucking $6,000 dinner is expensive, even for a billionaire. And it's always funny to have the money mark pick it up. Ooh, you know what? Honestly, now looking back, I should have done that with the music. I should have done that with the heel music, but honestly, it just came from the heart.